This is the video game Banished. Let's talk a little bit about orchards. You can see I have two orchards right here. Orchards are good because they can produce fruits and they can produce nuts such as pecans. When you first plant, it takes a couple years before they can produce any food. And as the time goes by, as a tree becomes more mature, as it grows older, it will produce more food per tree than a younger tree. The way the game works is that each tree is actually independent of every other tree. So a worker might go and chop down one tree and then replant it. In addition, if you change the type of tree, what will happen is as they cut down the old tree, they will plant the new tree. So they are all independent. You can cut the trees for firewood, and the foresters will actually also cut trees down. For example, if you cut it so that it's not, if you mark it so that it's not working, they'll just go through and they'll chop all the trees down. Trees are very important because they will help you. For example, if you need to produce ale, which is really good for trading, get a lot of value out of it. Food items, there's four different types. There's fruit, vegetable, grain, and meat. And having fruits makes your population more happy. There's an option over here. See average health, and then there's all these stars, average happiness. Don't know why they didn't use happy faces. But your average happiness, which is going to be over here under citizen, it is the green line. You can make it go up by diversifying the type of food you have. So it's good for diversifying your diet. It is good for trading because when you trade, you can only keep 10,000 of an item. And if you had 11,000 plums, you would not be able to trade the other 1,000. So you do have to diversify. It's also good for producing ale, and the ale, when consumed by your citizens, will make them happy. Now keep in mind, the reason why people in England drank ale is because the water in the rivers was not safe to drink. So they put a little bit of alcohol. Ale has a small amount of alcohol. And ale, I believe ale is the drink that they drink all day like water that had a little bit of alcohol in it because it was safer. But I don't remember. So that's a little bit about orchards. You can have, obviously you have farmers working on the orchards. They do have a certain plot size. Those happen to be small orchards. We've got bigger orchards over here. You'll notice it over here. It looks like they chopped some of the trees down. Those small trees are not going to produce any food right now. One of the other great things, this one has a lot of small trees in it. One of the other great things about the orchard is that unlike farming, you don't have to plant the trees at the beginning of the season. Maybe they have to plant one, chop one down and plant one. It's done completely differently. So the time for the farmer to work at the beginning of the season is not required. It allows those farmers to work on farms that require planting food. Okay, so that's a little bit about orchards. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.